fascinating look at this incredible bird and the conservation efforts to protect it.
Hi, my name is Anna, and a year and a half ago, I have set myself on a journey to discover the rhinoceros hornbills. Through my love for filmmaking, I have created a short film explaining and spreading awareness from it. Through various shootings, planning, editing, and multiple various researches, I came upon a final product, which was shared across the world globally through international competitions. And here it is to be shown today. I present you the wonders of the rhinoceros hornbill. Thank you.
In the depths of the Halamana forest, situated in the border province of the southern Thailand, neighboring Malaysia, I found Mr. Sum, a local Thai Muslim researcher who dedicated himself to unravel the wonders of the rhinoceros hornbills. As the wonder unfolds, his connections with the hornbill deepens, and through his tireless efforts, he shares his discoveries with the people around him. Mr. Sum emerges as a guiding light that illuminates the path where nature thrives and rhinoceros hornbills soar free. Mr. Sum led the way, navigating through the forest. He stopped by and scanned through the forest, searching for hornbills and their traces of activities. Rhinoceros hornbills, strong flyers, soaring high above the forest with direct wing beats. These hornbills, they stand out with their glossy back feathers and plumage covered with white underparts. Male hornbills and their red-colored eyes, they have a larger size compared to the females and a larger cast, captivating to the eye, with vibrant colors to catch its own appearance to the females. While females with pale yellow or white eyes, they are slightly smaller in size, duller and less vibrant cast, and a slimmer appearance compared to the males. They settle in tree hollows or large cavities, often in dense forest areas. Their diets consist of fruits, figs, insects, and small animals, using their large bills to pick and catch food. Rhinoceros hornbills are primarily frugivorous or feed on fruits. They play a vital role of seed dispersal. Their presence is announced through resounding trumpeting calls, which serve as both communication and proclamation of their authority within the forest domain. As we observe the rhinoceros hornbills, I asked how they eat, so Mr. Sum explained that their feeding behavior, and that it shows their adaptation to their environment. By tossing and catching their food, they effectively mimic the sound of chewing, allowing them to break down their meals for easier swallowing, as they don't have teeth or use their tongue to swallow it down like humans. Even they do have tongues. This method also helps prevent any large indigestible pieces from entering the digestive system, ensuring efficient digestion. Mr. Sum described to me the profound role of the rhinoceros hornbills. These majestic birds, renowned as seed dispersers, emerge as crucial roles in the forest. Our discussion unveiled two fundamental mechanisms, which seeds are dispersed across the forest areas. Firstly, fruit trees are positioned along riverbanks, enable the dispersal of seeds to diverse locations as the currents carry them downstream. Alternatively, rhinoceros hornbills actively contribute to this process by consuming fruits or seeds over 100 species and eventually distributing them in various directions as they roam the forest. You can see the traces of them on the fruits drop left behind. I picked some to investigate, and the damage of the fruits from their beaks or bills. I can see how they had picked up various fruits in the area, showing how they chose mostly ripened fruits and left the unripe fruits as they were softer and sweeter, and also more appealing to them. This process contributes significantly to the forest regeneration and biodiversity, signifying the crucial role rhinoceros hornbills play in the maintaining role of the ecological balance of their environment. During breeding season, both male and female hornbills work together to build a nest from tree hollows of their choice. Once they choose the right one, they seal the entrance for safety by mud, droppings, and food remains, while the female dedicates herself to the task of incubating the egg and nurture her chick with the nest cavity. For several months, the male diligently searches for resources, delivering nourishment to his mate and offspring. The mother hornbill provides more dedicated care to the offspring by feeding the chicks, protecting the nest, and maintaining its cleanliness. They also nurture the young through gentle vocalizations and also physical interactions, ensuring their well-being and fostering a strong bond between the parent and the chick. According to Ravender Kaur from the article named The Breeding Biology of the Grey Hornbill, Rhinoceros Hornbill and the Helmeted Hornbill in the Temengger Forest Reserve, Perak, Malaysia. From the year 2015, a fascinating study unfolded from January to September 2009, delving deep into the breeding biology of the three hornbill species: the Grey Hornbill, Rhinoceros Hornbill, and the Helmeted Hornbill. Amidst the lush green canopy, researchers witnessed a captivating spectacle. While the Grey Hornbill breeding attempts fell short, the Rhinoceros Hornbill proudly showcased their successful breeding, with two pairs nurturing their young, alongside a lone pair of helmeted hornbills, each female dedicated and varying durations inside the nest cavities to care for their offspring, but beyond the Malaysia border, deep into the south of Thailand. In the year 2004 to 2008, a research found the Great Hornbill and a Rhinoceros Hornbill, the pair, two seemingly similar species, engaged in a rare dance of mating, resulting in some truly remarkable hybrid chicks, in line with Silipat Chamatpong. In the article, Hybridization in the Wild Between the Grey Hornbill and the Rhinoceros Hornbill in Thailand and its Genetic Assessment. In 2013, through genetic analysis, the truth emerged, confirming this unpredictable new event of hybridization. These offspring have a unique blend of their parentage, exhibiting characteristics from both species, with the female Great Hornbill and the male Rhinoceros Hornbill acknowledged as the truth of these wild crossbreeding, marking the very first confirmed hybridization between these two species. Based on Marcia C. Sibarani, from the research article named Long-Term Monitoring of Nesting Behavior and the Nesting Habitat of 4 Hornbill Species in the Sumatran Lowland Tropical Forest of the Bukit Barisan Selatan National Park in 2020, hornbills in Sumatra are facing a looming threat of extinction, primarily due to their low reproductive output and their reliance on the large trees for nesting. The breeding behavior of Sumatran hornbills remains poorly understood, posing a significant challenge to affect conservation planning efforts. However, research conducted the Way of Kongguk Research Station within the Bukit Barisan Selatan National Park has shed light on the nesting season and the characteristics of the nesting sites. Monitoring efforts spanning from 2006 to 2009 and 2015 to 2018 have revealed a concerning trend of a large decrease in nesting frequency. Among the 8 hornbill species studied, only 4 were found to be nesting: bushy crested, helmeted, and the rhinoceros and the wreath hornbills. Surprisingly, there were no recognizable differences observed in nest cavity height, diameter, or true characteristics among these species. However, all these species had displayed a preference for emergent trees with large trunks as nesting sites, while wreathed hornbills exhibit a preference for vertically elongated nest entrances. Others utilize oval cavities. Many of the tree species utilize for nesting and also hold a high timber value, rendering them susceptible to illegal logging activities. As such, conservation efforts must prioritize maintaining the supply of suitable tree cavities for nesting and to ensure the survival of these hornbill populations in Sumatra. As I wandered into the quaint local community nearby, I stumbled upon an elderly gentleman who had lived and breathed the very essence of this land. His withered face softened as he talked about his childhood, a time where he was deeply intertwined with nature's embrace. With a longing smile, he recounted the days when the rhinoceros hornbills graced the skies just right outside his humble house. Their majestic forms as a familiar sight. No binoculars needed, he emphasized, for they were once his cherished neighbors and their vibrant presence a source of pure delight. As he spoke, his eyes lit up with the longing day gone by, for the simple joy of being in harmony with the natures, sharing a moment of connection with these magnificent creatures. And in that moment, I felt a sorrow of nostalgia mingled with a profound sense of loss for a world where humans and wildlife coexisted in perfect harmony. After visiting the zoo to delve into conservation efforts for rhinoceros hornbills, I learned that captive breeding programs have encountered obstacles. As Mr. Kiriti explained, pairs often struggle to breed due to lingering attachments to their previous owners or forming unexpected bonds with individuals of other species. This complicates the efforts to increase the hornbill population with the zoo settings. As a result, the intended goal of supporting the rhinoceros hornbills population through captive breeding hasn't been realized to an extent.
After my long journey in Halavala, it made me learn the lesson that captive breeding in institute isn't the answer to our long-term institute conservation for our rhinoceros hornbills. So it made me thought of what Mr. Sun said to me.
หลักคำสอนในศาสนาอิสลามได้กล่าวไว้ตอนหนึ่งว่าทุกชีวิตมีความสำคัญเท่าเทียมกันนกกระหัวแรดมีบทบาทสำคัญในธรรมชาติมากๆผมเชื่อว่าการอนุรักษ์จะประสบความสำเร็จได้ที่สำคัญที่สุดคือชุมชนจะต้องมีส่วนร่วม
All right, we prepared a few questions for Anna to answer. So could I kindly ask any students holding a question to make their way to the microphone? Thank you.
All right. Hi, guys. So do you like my short film? Can you raise your hand up if you liked it or you enjoyed it? Thank you. That's so good to hear. Okay, so now I just want to summarize a very important meaning from Mr. Sum that you have seen on the screen, right? He has said that every life has its own equal importance. So I want to say that for the rhinoceros hornbills, they are seed dispersers and they play a very significant role in our biodiversity and our ecosystem. So for now, I want to hand the floor now to some questions.
Okay, our first question is, why is the rhinoceros hornbill important to the rainforest ecosystem?
Well, good question. The rhinoceros hornbills, they play a significant role in renewing the trees and building up and expanding the territory. They eat seeds, figs, and fruits. They sort of like digest and they drop the remainings, which goes onto different territories, and they grow more trees for. And not only that only happens, but they also increase the habitats for other animals surrounding them. Currently, there are two really main big points. First of all, it's deforestation. Is when trees are cut down. And as we know that the rhinoceros hornbills, they pick quite a specific type of tree that are big enough and strong enough to hold them down and throughout the whole family. So therefore, trees play a very significant role in conserving them and going on to their next generation.
Another question is, what role do these trees play in the life of a hornbill?
Well, trees play a very significant role in helping to raise the chicks and also be a very important source of food for them and other animals.
What would happen to the rainforest if hornbills disappeared?
Well, the hornbills, if they disappeared, there will be less renewal of trees because they're like the farmers of the forest, right? So there will be no more new trees grown and less habitats for other animals to depend on. So they won't have anywhere to live or less places to live, and they would have to fight for it.
What are some ways we can do to help conserve them?
Oh, okay, good question. So we can help conserving them by our first point, spreading awareness. We can start by helping share the information to others surrounding us and help speak up to what you think is right.
Okay, here's the final question. Can you explain the behind-the-scenes process of this film?
Oh, sure, of course. It was a very inspiring process. So first of all, I started by planning events and trying to get the government to get me to enter the sacred sanctuary where the hornbills lived. And then after that, me and a group of professional teams, we led together into the area and searched for footages, interviewed villagers, and also did lots of research on papers and also from professors.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And I also want to summarize one more point, that we can do this together as the DBS community. We can help each other spread awareness and also help each other speak up for the animals that cannot speak up for themselves. Since we have the advantage of speaking up, we can help these animals to live on and conserve and increase their populations. Thank you for your time and participation.